Hello boys, my name is Cleo, welcome back to my 100% flying playthrough of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, the Tower of Doom. The first of many DLCs. In the last video we left off just finishing level 3 of the premium mode, but we're still only just about halfway done with this mode. There's still 4 more levels to go after this one, and they start to get really challenging. So we'll have less items to use overall, we'll have to play more safe, and we may have to redo a specific series of battles. Anyway, I'm not gonna buy anything here because we don't really have much money to use, so I think we could just do the first battle without items. I'll go ahead and show you our starting party that I was able to get. We got Princess Peach, Rabbit Rosalina, and we got an Edge this time. Again, I don't farm for offensive characters because I can certainly go for other stuff later. Alright, so Spark's on the right, so, well, it's pretty obvious what we have to go for. It's also Starburst, which has been a super important Spark lately. We definitely need to go for that first, so we're gonna head in there and go for this.
So, Peachy.
I'm gonna start with my usual team barrier protection at the very start of the battle. As for who I actually want to use, I'm still trying to decide. I think I'm gonna start with Edge, maybe. Have him dash this enemy set. Edge is one of the characters with the Galaxy Blade and skin, by the way, which I just equipped on him. This is part of the DLC that you get. As for the extra special weapons, I think I already mentioned to you enough about them. Basically, they can only be equipped by specific characters. I'm just gonna actually have... Let's go a bit closer. Heck, we have a couple more explosions we can still activate. Remove Peach like this. Her area explosion should just catch free enemies. In fact, she's really great for dealing with these our enemy Goombas too, so that's great. We can have our other friends deal with the Wild Claw now instead. Although, starting off with one of the tankiest enemies in the game right away is not a really fun way to start up a battle set, that's for sure. And none of us can reach them even if we tried, so someone is gonna have to go in at least somewhat close. As for who I'm gonna do it with first, I think I'm gonna have Edge make the shot first. If I had a protection, I could just use that instead, but I don't want to do that. Now keep in mind, this Wild Claw has less health, since it has more stuff, but what else I could do? It could be tricky. I want to try to summon this on the other side, so it confuses the enemy. Although, they keep wanting to summon it over here. Whatever. Okay, he moved somewhere else. Dash. Oh, the Oozer actually disabled his attack. I didn't even notice that happen. But I still want to not play it too risky here. Okay, speaking of which, we're about to take damage from the Izzer's. I hate that Izzer's own poison makes it so that I can't do anything for a bit. I also hate that it just does constant damage to pretty much anyone. Alright. The trickiest part of this is figuring out the range that still hits the enemy, but at the same time doesn't get you too close that can get hit. Thankfully, they try to help you by using oh, actually, I think Frostbite was one of the best ones we could have gotten for the start here, because obviously this Wild Claw is only melee, so he can't even hit us from the back if he tried. So if we just use this, the Freeze Fiend freezes him. As long as we don't use another super effect, we're good. So suddenly this battle is not as bad as I thought. So, note to self, as long as the Wild Claw is not weak to freeze, we can freeze it in place and it won't even move. As long as we don't, it's not a Vainafel, we can easily deal with it without it luring us in. That was a great one. About 120 coins altogether. It's good first bell. We got Starburst now. I'm gonna immediately replace Peach's Sonic with that, considering how well that's been lately in battle. But we'll be bringing it back in between battles. Don't worry, we haven't seen the last of his Aster. We're just doing Starburst first because I know having Starburst for that extra damage can help in the early battles. Alright, we already know Peach's setup is Team Barrier cooldown first. Then we wait so we can do Team Barrier charge. Technically, this means if we want to get the most optimal setup with Peach, we should be going for a free action instead of a 2. What I mean by free collection, I mean just doing other stuff. Edge, like I said before, is kind of weird. He doesn't really have a good setup for dashes and other stuff, and is mainly a dash person. So, for now, I'm going to actually make him my tank. I'm going to give him extra health until I can figure out what to do. Luigi is back in as well. I probably should wait to actually do the stills on Rabbit Luigi, unless I'm actually using him. I might try to use him more, though, because I didn't use him a lot before. Anyway, we'll start with just one of those items. One chest, and looks like we don't have anything else to get. Don't have a healer just yet. I'll wait until the healer's on sale to get that. Now we have either... Ooh, we can pick up our best friend, Rabbit Mario, which is very tempting. Or we can pick up some sparks. But those... we need at least some extra sparks, and I think this will be worth it in the long run. So, yeah, it looks like we're destroying the Darkness Eyes. We need at least 6 sparks for the endgame, so we can't just skip all of them. So, we are definitely gonna do this battle for sure. I'm gonna switch out Edge, though, for Rabbit Luigi. Okay, so I made a good choice there, so I figured I have to use Rabbit Luigi right away. Rabbit Luigi, of course, the best for these eye bells, since he can hit multiple targets in quick succession when protected at L2, but he has, in exchange, weakest DPS of any character. But he has other abilities that can help out, like weakening. I'm gonna probably have to stick with the strategy I usually use in this, which means I'm gonna have to probably put a freeze on one of these guys and attack that with Rabbit Bros. Whereas the rest have to be... Oh, actually, now I think of it, this whole area has like 5 split enemies at once. In fact, I just realized, oh my gosh, there's like 15 dozen enemies here. Never mind that, I need to go way closer. Okay, well, I want to... I guess we're gonna have to play this as the slow battle. Also known as the battle where I have to take my time and not waste time doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. Someone's gonna have to stand in cover, but I also don't want everyone to stand in cover. Okay, well, if I want to get into those enemies, I have to attack this first. Well, that actually removed our cover anyway, so we're both gonna be out of cover here now. Now, Rabbit Rose is gonna freeze and attack another target, but not tap the maze. Attack one of the weaker targets and just hope that Rabbit Luigi can maybe finish it off. And we'll have summon the user since we need extra attack here now. Ideally it does, yeah, cool. It disables all their attacks. So, I kind of lied about the statement. Normal battles, later battles, the Oozer isn't a great setup, but for every other battle, the Oozer can really come in clutch. As you saw there, it just disabled the attack of all the other enemies. So they can't do anything right now, sort of. They can still dash if they have the dash, but they can't do anything else. So we should be able to do that just fine. I'm gonna have Luigi take out at least one beer, and then we just have to let them do their thing. Of course, since these are considered basic enemies, they have their dash as well as their normal ability. But neither of them decided to dash, so we're good. And the Oozer's gonna stun him again. Okay, that one just got so if we tap that one by accident, that's gonna cause us to get used ourselves. I don't know if I want to go for attack yet. What would I do? I think, yeah, the best play here is do this. Rabbit Luigi. Now we finish off the other enemies. Honestly, I'm not too surprised I have to do this strategy. I just wish there was a little less enemies at the start here. It's a bit intimidating that I have to do it like this, but it is what it is. If we don't have an empty fill with anyone, we should probably have Peach try to do an attack somewhere. Oh wow, okay, that saved us a lot of time. We got a lucky crit there, which took out one of the other enemies. Rabbit Buzz, I think I'm gonna have actually continued aggression and attack her own target here. I'm gonna... Okay, no, never mind. The Uni is not in range, unfortunately. So instead, I'll just play it safe, put her over here, and we do not have the protection this turn now. And although we still have Weaken for the next part. Now for the next part, I'm hoping I could just send in Rabbit Luigi and just destroy the eyes before we have to do anything else. Alright, who's gonna have to be left behind? Well, I can have Rabbit Luigi get left behind, because he's the one that actually needs to do damage to this, so... If anything, he's gonna have to take most of the damage here. But we do have a little bit of a safety net. Maybe not the best safety net in the world. We have a Uni with Rabbit Rose that we could use as a backup, but we don't have anything else. I think Don't want to waste another turn to get things there. Instead, we'll move Rabbit Luigi as close as we can, and he'll just have to attack from here.
Funky footwork, making you faint.
That means I'll have to probably go like here-ish to not have them get tired.
I see ya.
Okay, I guess I'll do it like this. I know this is somewhat risky to do, but we don't have a good setup with the other characters. Peach is gonna move closer though. She's gonna go like here. Neither of us are gonna be in cover, but it's because we don't have any cover to do. As for other characters, I'm not gonna do much with those once I get her to the setup. So, she'll probably just... And... Again, go as close as we possibly can, and probably just focus on using the Uni, which looks like we're only gonna get this guy just before using it, though. So, in the end, we only are able to stun one enemy, which is not great. I think our best next setup is probably to just destroy this. But I don't want to do that with I think that would be kind of bad and silly at the same time. Although I can't do it with Peach, because she'll just clear out the other enemies, so... Yeah, Vez unfortunately might have to take a hit or two.
Here goes.
But we'll just try this barrel at least. Hopefully weaken that cover a bit so we can maybe see a bit better. Now we have to pass, and none of our characters are in cover, so some of them might take damage. Apparently that's also not fully covered too, though. Like I said, there was no choice there. We didn't have enough movement to do the battle fully the way I wanted it to. So that means we already are using a pest, which is not great. Good news is this battle is pretty much already over. Once we move Rabbit Luigi over here, we can finish this eye off and then finish the other eye off to end the battle. Honestly, if anything, I prefer Rabbit Luigi take the damage so I have to do other attack stuff, but thankfully the eyes will get finished off this turn, so that somewhat long battle is now done. Wow, I got lucky. We weren't able to go to the top platform, but we got coins to spawn nearby, so we were able to pick up a few extra at the end. Alright. So that was worth it, because now we have AoE sparks we can use for when we actually do Dark Mist Tentacle battles again. We did not have many at all, and we definitely want at least a couple of days, so I'm glad we got that done. We'll buy one of these, Healing items are probably the most important now, double especially since we can't do anything else. Do we want to go for the free guaranteed heal, or do we go for the Strongman, extra stuff, or extra things? And also the points. Well, based off of what we're seeing, even though we have a Destroy the Dark Mist eyes again, the right side feels more valuable because of the Strongman. So I think I'm going to miss it and go for that. We can always reset if we don't like the setup. We also have a bit of AoE to do stuff, so let's actually do a full character setup swap. We'll just swap everything we have, including our damage up, for AoEs on everyone, and we'll level up 2 Sparks at random. I think Shockwave is more important than one of the enemies, so we'll level that up. And we'll level up Shot for the reasons that I think Shot is just more useful than Cannon, but we'll be using all of them to deal with the ice slightly faster, and I guess we'll keep the same team setup because we don't have anything else we can do. Because we are using Rabbit Luigi, we'll go ahead and build him some HP so he survives better. Rabbit Rose will continue down the aggressive build. Mayor Peach will try to get Team Barrier, but cannot. For this battle, I guess, I'll get her HP up. We reset the talents later. We also have Edge as well. I'm gonna wait to do his talents until we get that to the next battle. So now we're potentially on battle, but this time we have the AoE to do it for. Honestly, of the arcs you can get early, anything that does AoE in a set radius can help out a lot with taking out the enemies. It certainly helps out a lot.
Hi.
What's the radius on that, girl? Right there, so I'll have to use around here then. I did not check if Peach was in there, Actually, no, okay, good. They were both barely outside. But that was actually a good setup for killing the enemies, that's for sure. Only problem is we don't have any cover to do with Rabbit Rose. Which one do I want a shot at? I know for a fact, from what I've learned from before, Rabbit Rose is typically best reserved for attacking the enemies. And then everybody else should be better focused on just dealing with the eyes.
Creep.
Of the two enemies I saw, though, I think that one was the most dangerous, so I took that out first. Alright, now... Rabbit Luigi, I just want you to move. Like that. Peach could probably get this one, actually. Yeah, let's do that. She doesn't have another range. We'll have her get this enemy out of the way. Then we'll have... Rabbit Luigi doesn't have cover, of course. We'll have him stay like this, I guess. Like, maybe here? We'll take out these three darkness eyes with him. He still has his AoE, so he'll be able to go up top there and use it on the next turn. We don't have a range with this. Let's go in. Wow, this guy moved a lot, but he did not reach us, thankfully. These enemies are idiots, so they're not gonna move at all. Alright. I think we now have to split up our purposes here. I'm gonna start with Peach's turn here. She's gonna go as close as she can to these eyes, and as close to she can to hopefully reach that, and then I'm gonna have her actually use Flame right here. Pretty much for any of the Darkness Eye battles, you want either Denon or Flame abilities, since they do extra damage and can destroy eyes themselves, so they are really great for doing other stuff. And additionally, if you can time where you use it correctly, you can also destroy enemies very quickly too, because you'll hit them while you're trying to get that stuff done. Okay, do I actually play it aggressive now? Or do I play it safe and... Okay, I cannot check that until I... Like, say I'll have to go like this. Oh, they're resistant to shock, okay. No wonder why I was... yeah. We have a just enough range to hit one of them. But I should first eliminate one of them. I was initially going to team jump with Fez, but that did not work at all. Now we're kind of forced to waste this here a bit. Because it's better that we knock down. Honestly, out of all the things we could have used, that one that does the aerial effect, Maze is one of the best ones we could have gotten. Alright, one of them is starting to see it, so they just came this way. Okay, we do not have a good setup with Peach, so the first thing we should do is make her team jump over to the other side. Have her probably play safe, go behind cover, and attack. This seven is here. Alright. Then Luigi will get in there first. Although we don't have the AoE to use that segment on, so maybe that's not a smart idea. Maybe go a little bit further back. But change our target to hopefully hit that explosion thing. Unfortunately, we don't have a guaranteed parrot, though. Alright, well, if that's the case... Oh, wait. If I do this setup wrong, if I just might get it anyway, I have a better idea. I think I should just pass with both characters, and instead, what I'll do is move Rez to the side area, run in here, just make sure I check this properly, use this explosion on this barrel, see where that goes. Okay, that's a good one. And then, well, actually just hit this barrel instead of doing what I was gonna do. This will weaken the enemy slightly and also remove that effect, and then we just uni and stop the turn. In fact, because Luigi has a risky attack, I'm just gonna end the turn here. So that effectively gave us a free turn, and now we can do other stuff. Are you starting to see why Rabbit bows should be taken in pretty much every battle now, guys? Because the fact that you can just get free turns like that makes her like one of the most broken characters besides Mario with his extra damage. And Luigi, don't sleep on him either. He has his uses, mainly to sometimes destroy up to 7 eyes at once. It's really great for the harder eye battles. Thankfully, this one didn't take too long now. Alright, looks like we're starting with Peach here on this coin rally, coin blitz or whatever. I think as you collect more coins, more appear based off of how much you've collected.
Ow.
Didn't have enough time to grab those, unfortunately. We got a good amount. Anyway. I also went for that because we got potions. Those will be very useful later. We can use those right now if we want to, but we can use those later to level up Sparks. Speaking of which, let's do Sparks now. So, I think we level up the AoE ones at least once each. I know we could get them up to 3, but I think we want to get them up each to level 2. And the Izzer will probably be used in the North South, so we'll go ahead and use that. So let's do that. Orbs. Luigi can now sacrifice 1 HP for Disruptor Tane targets. The more we get of that, the more effective you will be in combat. Rabbit bows will keep going down the aggressive build, but in the next battle series, we'll have to put Elf into him. Peach is going to refund exactly 1 of these to get Team Barrier Charge here. And Because I'm gonna probably switch out, Edge, you're gonna do your talents now. We'll sacrifice... I don't think I really need more than 2 dashes right now. I think I'm just gonna stick with the health right now. I think the health is better, and we can get a dash next turn anyway. Now, Edge is gonna keep his fit fast. In fact, he's gonna go right into the battle now. I've been saying how certain characters have been a bit better than others, but we can't really sleep on that in this kind of battle series, because Edge and other characters, we're kind of forced to use a lot more of them in this early battle series, because obviously it's random who comes out. Oh, there's Rabbid Peach. We don't actually need her, though, this time around. So what do we actually want? Coins, which is pointless, but we get 30%. Or we get a free cooldown clock and only have to defeat 4 enemies. Or we go for Dartmouth... yeah, I don't think we go for Dartmouth's Eyes a 5th time in a row. I think that's a bit of a tedious mission. So this time we're going to play a bit more safe. In fact, we'll play as safe as we can, because Peach already be on the team. We don't need Rabbid Peach, so I think we're going to go for the free cooldown clock and the guaranteed HP heal, so we do not need to heal at the start of this battle, meaning we can effectively skip buying items for this next battle, sort of, and buy our cooldown clocks afterwards. Alright, as for what I'm using, I do need to switch back. I'm gonna have Rabbit Rose get Ooze Master this time. Edge is gonna keep Spark Dash because he's best with dashes, and we'll probably have him right off the bat. Ah, we didn't get close enough for the edge attack. That's dumb. That's so dumb. We were just off by a frame here. That is actually bad, because we're going to be guaranteed to take damage from edge if we keep this going. Alright, well... do we uni right now, or do we wait? Although, there's also a portal coming up in a minute. I think we just use the Oozer now. Because we have a free team barrier turn, we should probably just use that.
Let's go.
Okay, they're not even in range for the team barrier anyway. But thankfully we have at least a little bit more leeway than normal.
Yeesh.
Might not be the best video in the world though. That I dare say, it probably is a bit risky to say the least. We don't have any attack set up just. We don't have guaranteed cover for half of our monsters. And this monster can't even go into cover safely without doing our attack. That did like the lowest damage possible, which is not great. Alright. Oh, the ooze just took him out. Okay, good. Now here's the problem. We did not get any sort of... what the? He's just stuck. He could not figure out what to do. That guy just came in, but then didn't do anything. That was so weird. Is it bugged because they're supposed to go behind that cover and then nothing happened? I have no idea what happened. Okay. Well, I guess I kind of lied about the healing setup. Vez has to heal, but just with this, I guess.
Please work.
Exactly. Right. Well, since we didn't use Team Berry from before, we definitely want to use it now. We also need to consider that other enemy on the side. But I will start with Peach doing her turn first. Someone's is, if we attack, it's just gonna waste a lot of time, but at the same time, we can't not use the dash. Someone has to do a decent dash setup. And for that reason, I'm gonna have you use this. You get to finally use his Edge's signature ability here. Do a bunch of dash damage. That of us is the only person left to move. We're gonna give the 3 turns up. Oh, we only have 1 cooldown left because we used the Oozer on one of the turns, so we have to use this now. Hey, that was quick. Uni's definitely a great ability to have. Okay, so the Superior can still counter, but now he cannot use his other abilities, thankfully. So, now we just have him to deal with. I'm gonna have, is actually come down here and help him edge. I'm just not gonna move much. I'm just moving him like this so that he can, do a better setup for his dashes later. Oh, speaking of which, we need to dash first. I forgot about that. You can tell I don't play Edge enough. I often forget to do the dash thing, which is his major mechanic. Even though I did do that on... Okay, wow, alright, good. That just outright killed him. Good. We got some nice crits in there. I think, honestly, the less you have to move and change your characters during this coin grind, the more coins you'll probably get. That was a great one, I think. Alright, so now we get fully healed because of the 50% heal. And I had to do the healing item on Rabbit Mart, in case you were wondering, because Rabbit Peach did not have a good heal. Let's get the healer now. Because I guess we don't have that active yet. And for the rest, Fiend, we'll just play it safe and buy one more item. And then we have the classic Survive Battle. This will always be a Survive Battle, by the way. It does not change. The enemies you face are different, but the rest doesn't change. It'll always be a battle against a giant Wild Claw, which means we have to do a full setup change with Rabbids. So we need to do this. Duration. And probably this is better, since we can effectively stun lock and kill one enemy for safe FT, in addition to the other stuff we do. You'll have less HP, but that's fine. Edge will just give you a fair dash for the other enemies. Oh, we have 2 orbs. Let's use the first spec herb on Mina and use the second one on Peach, but we're not gonna actually give us any sweat fill downs because we don't really use them enough. And then, do we have an extra Team Barrier charge we can get? I don't think we do in a great way. So I think I'm just gonna get some raw damage on Peach. In fact, well, the rest of her build, if we don't have Vivid stuff, we're just gonna get her damage for now. So she at least does damage. We'll skip Rabbid Luigi's setup, obviously, because we're not using Rabbid Luigi in this battle. And now we go for it. This will be the end of the video, also, because this is a pretty long survival battle, typically. As per usual, we'll be ignoring the giant log claw, but we will be focusing on everything else. This time around, we'll try to play it a bit more safety, pass a few more turns overall, look at where the enemies are, wait to actually stun them until later, and I'm thinking for better safety, Team Barrier shouldn't even be used right away. If anything, I should use Team Barrier when I can do other stuff. And I think if I save the stun lock move for later, I can get a lot of enemies stunned. But anyways, since the enemies, we got lucky and they didn't start close to us, we're just gonna once again stay in one area and pass the turn. And then when the portal spawns, I think what we do to the safety net is do a combo setup. By the way, this is the best possible setup we could have. Sometimes the enemies will start much closer to us. If they do, then we'll have to take whichever one's out or use if you could do other stuff. Basically, my new idea is we're gonna do this until the first portal spawns. And the moment the first portal does spawn, we put Team Barrier on everyone, change their setup a bit, and then on the very next turn, we are gonna use our Yui to lock down everyone and hopefully not have to use it again. And the cooldown clock is a backup in case I need to use it. And of course I'm not using the summoner, because that's gonna mess up my plan entirely. Otherwise, there's no need to attack these enemies. We just have to survive. Oh my gosh, we are getting so lucky with portal spawns. Sometimes the portal is spawned by now, but it is not spawned yet. It's just really weird. Because the last time I did this, I know for a fact the portal spawned at about the third part. Why did he go all the way over there? Okay. Well, me thinking I have to change up the strategy a bit. I guess not really. Not a lot changes. I guess I could just use Uni like this instead. I think this might have been the luckiest giant wild claw battle I've seen in a while. Having all the enemies very far away and the only ones that chase us are also basically melee enemies is probably the best luck we could have had. And we should have gotten portal spawns there. Normally we get portal spawns there because obviously there's portals that will appear and bring in more enemies. And so I was anticipating that and did... Oh. Okay. Whatever, that worked.
Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. Woo!
That was a good Mento. I think out of all the battles, that was like the easiest battle. They didn't even have to shoot at all. We really did that as like a true pacifist run. That's what it felt like. We literally didn't have to shoot a single time, and we just beat the giant wonka like that. I hope that continues like that, because it's only gonna get tougher from here. Alright, we have good cooldowns. We have a decent set of healing items now. And I don't have a reason to get other ones yet, so... I'm gonna start, actually farming full damn fast. In fact, I'm also gonna get 2 strong bands, and then the rest will go to cooldown clocks. I don't know how many I need, but I think from what I've heard, it can be anywhere from 10 to 12. I think sticking with 12 will probably be the best, and then we can just go the rest, strong mans. Anyways, what a battle that was. Oh, what could I say, actually? What about... That was more like an anticlimactic battle, if anything. That's probably the most anticlimactic battle we've ever had. Like, literally, that wasn't even that hard at all. That literally was the easiest battle we've ever done. Oh my gosh. Of course, it's not gonna get any easier. The tower is gonna... The second half is usually when the tower stops playing nice, but... It's still pretty good that we got it done. I think I don't need to power up Sprinter right now. So, we should just power up our more pertinent characters, like User, our AoEs. Let's bet both of Edge's sparks up right now. Because Zephyr we use a lot to knock back enemies, which is great for AoE. And Electric Dash is really great for just Edge in general, because he needs a dash spark in order to fully go up. Now we need to do team setup, and this time around I will finish the mission build. Oh wait, no. Never mind, I'm gonna wait one turn and then do it. By the way, the change for Edge is basically... Oh, I should probably do all of this, by the way. So I think after this, I should do dashing opponent increases Edge's movement by 3 meters. That can be really great, actually. So he can basically get even more movement. That will be his next ability, but that'll be very late on into his tree, though. Basically, though, I think I'm going to get all the red abilities of my attack. Except for Halo Increase, I'm going to get all the red stuff first before I do any dashes this time. I'm not going to do Stormblade because, well, we're not using Stormblade much. So I think doing that and movement is probably going to be better for the final battle. Just because, let's be honest, we're not going to dash a lot of enemies in the last battle anyway. Oh, wait, what the heck? It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this and use... each upgrade, and oh my gosh, okay, alright, we need to sacrifice, whoa, one of your HP orbs then, Peach, and get Team Barrier charged, because the sooner we can get for, the better it will be. And then, honestly, I'm gonna stick this on with Peach, and we're just gonna do Team Barrier Explosion next, because this is really great as well. Essentially, if you're close to an enemy when you hit Team Barrier, it explodes. Although, come to think of it, that's probably not useful. So maybe starting next, I start getting raw damage on her for now. Anyway, what do we have? I know for a fact we got Cryogeddon. I don't think we had any of the side sparks, so I guess we're going for each area. This could be a fast battle, depending on the segment, but... I need to figure out my team setup, actually. Edge does not have the best movement. I think we'll have to switch him out. So, in exchange, I should give Luigi these sparks over here as backup, and we should have our team be switched to Luigi, and instead of going for a fence build, I'm going to throw all of his build into movement, so we're going to have to reset him. And do all of the movement stuff. And what else do I do? Probably HP for tanking potential, exhaust dash, and I guess exhaust range. is this movement belt that I would go for. This will give him great movement. Hopefully you can get to the end. As for Rabbids, we already did the things that we were gonna do, but unfortunately, this is gonna be one of those times again. Oh, actually, I should check. Yeah, I think that might be the last spark I need. I know for a fact I got Cryogen the last time I did this tower on level 3, so that means I'm going for this battle. Peach has a and so it'll be nice, but whether or not we get through it is up to me. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the episode, unfortunately, guys. I hope you enjoyed, though. If you like, you enjoy, comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys in the next video where we do the second half of this Tower of Doom. And until then, bye.